Hello or welcome back. It's about a week and a half before Fest and we've got a small treat to tide us over until then. It's a new area of missions. I'll show you what the new mission area brought, and then if you're still around, we'll talk a bit about Fest. So, first thing on the docket, Area 30 has been unlocked. If you don't want to bother or you're a new sensei that can't field 3 teams, there's always the simple mode. You can also do the normal mode if you've forgotten that the hexagon puzzles have pyros in the hard maps, as well as accomplishments for finishing in under a certain number of turns. I personally like doing normal mode as a change of pace. For your troubles completing the normal side, you'll get another core for Cafe number 2. That'll give you 500 extra credits per hour when you install it. Yay, I guess? Take what you can get. Nothing else is really of note for the normals considering you don't get equipment blueprints. On the hard side, we have 3 additional nodes for farming student Elis. The 3 new nodes for Area 30 are Pina, Momiji, and Cherryno. We'll talk about them in order. First up, are the students in these 2 pictures the same? I personally don't think so, but it's still a better delusion than Yume being the girl in the tank. Why am I bringing this up? Because Pina is relatively unremarkable. She's a cheap yellow DPS if you need body throw fodder, but she's still 3rd team or worse material. Even if you wanted to field a proper team with her, you're probably starting to run out of characters to deal with mechanical hoops faster than scuffed damage dealers. She isn't sitting on an equipment node this time either, so it's hard to recommend farming her from Area 30. But hey, if you like her, I'm not here to stop you. This is your blue archive. What's actually exciting is Momiji finally getting a hard node. She was the only 2-star student that wasn't farmable until Swimsuit Renge came along. And so Renge becomes the exclusive non-farmable 2-star now. She's instead become the first and only farmable AoE purple DPS so far. That said, she still suffers the curse of every other purple attacker. That is, living in the shadow of Swimsuit Hanako. She's really only used for Kurokage. And even if you're doing Lunatic, she's probably a 3rd team pick considering Team 1 and 2 are both likely to be your own Hanako and a borrowed Hanako for the foreseeable future. Aside from that, her attack is just cool. With Rei and Misaki in the picture, she's not the only usable rocket launcher now. I don't see either of them shooting bear rockets though. Finally, there's Cherryno. After being added to Archive Recruitment, you can't spook her anymore from regular banners, so if you were looking to get her without waiting for or using Archive tickets, this is a great opportunity to start picking up E-lifts to unlock the Pudding Dictator. She's a very versatile unit that you can slot in for her passive cost regen if nothing else. Her EX is also AoE with a ginormous range, but her accuracy becomes a fatal shortcoming in all the mass AoE scenarios you would imagine using her, like Kesed or the recent yellow Tiferet. Most people use Makoto for Kesed, or Swimsuit Ikari for Tiferet instead. If you do want to use Cherryno in a wave clearing role, be prepared to farm her up to a higher unique equipment level. In terms of the Japanese meta, her recent role has mostly been as a glorified cost bot that just sits on the field. That's great if you want to fill in slots in a body throw situation, so at least unlocking her is valuable. Once again, the lack of equipment blueprints takes away from the appeal. And that's a wrap on the new content. Stick around if you want to hear a bit about Fest and my hopes for it. For those not caught up on the story, be warned there will be some spoilers. This year's Fest 5.0 will stream the game announcements on Sunday, January 18th, Japan time. The highlight is usually the new Fest characters. It's been 2 Fest characters per since Fest 3.5, and it feels like it's going to be that way from now on. That's in addition to the 2 limited characters that are usually related to the Fest event, as well as the free Welfare 1-star, for a total of 5 characters to wonder about. So, who's it going to be? The likely candidate since Fest 4.5 has been Deku Grammaton, with the Paranormal Affairs Department and the Game Development Department, plus Toki, battle a cute and funny trio with their older sister. This story has been continuing since it was just an event, and then it was later upgraded to Volume EX. It's been a top Fest candidate since Fest 4.0 when the continuation was announced, but then the Swimsuit Tea Party swept in to steal the 4.5 thunder. Now here we are again. Anyone in Promotional Video 6.0 seems like fair game, from the villains to the mech'd out Game Development Department and friends. If they're feeling like throwing us a curveball, who else might it be? It could be the Foxes. They've been in jail for who knows how long now. Or something completely unrelated like Dress Hina, Swimsuit Hanako, or Uniform Neru. I'm personally open to a surprise. There will also be the in-person event going on in Tokyo from the 17th to the 18th. You get tickets by entering a lottery for tickets on the YoStation app. I was lucky enough to get tickets for myself and a friend on day 2. That's where the in-game announcements are presented. As such, I'm hoping something exciting will be announced so I can be part of the in-person hype. Aside from the announcements, they've got a number of distractions and diversions going on in the venue. This is a map they provided on the Fest website. There are a number of attractions I'm curious about. There's a Momo Friends race. It's a rerun attraction apparently. Whatever kind of racing will Hifumi's favorite franchise be doing? Whatever it is, I'm rooting for my boy Wavecat. Over here on the left, we've also got the Kousagi Park, the one that the Rabbit Squad camps out at. Apparently it's going to be a rest area of sorts. There's also this tiny shell office. I remember seeing something online about them making a real-life version before, but I can't seem to trawl back up when/where that was. In any case, all that's left is to wait and find out. What about you? Any updates or characters you'd like to see from this fest?